starting a new project, and this is going to be for my grandson's new wife. I guess she's my granddaughter-in-law. I'm not sure, but I know she's special. Her name is Chelsea, and she loves pumpkins, and I promised her I would paint her one. Now, any sane person who found this beautiful silver metal pumpkin would say, oh wow, that's gorgeous, I'm gonna leave it the way it is. Well, you know me, I don't leave anything the way it is, so I'm going to paint it special for Chelsea in her colors that she loves. She loves purple. Now I know, a purple pumpkin, well, it's not going to be a total purple pumpkin, but it's going to have some purple accents. And I've already drawn my little diagram of how I'm going to do it. Let's see, can you see that? I can't tell if you can see that, the way the lights are. It's going to have, what's it going to have? It's going to have royal squares and stately stripes, and it's going to have some silver on it, but the silver is going to be in the leaves, in the stem, and the purple is going to go in between each little crease of the pumpkin. And then I'm going to top it off with a little surprise that she has no idea about, but it's going to have some purple flowers, which I have to figure out how I'm going to put them on. Some purple flowers with a few little sprigs of beautiful little silk flowers. So I've never added flowers like that to anything, but it's going to be a year-round pumpkin for Chelsea. She's going to keep it in her house all year round, and so it's not going to be like a fall or a Halloween or anything like that. And hopefully it's going to be something that she will like. And I'm about to start. So the first thing that I have to do is, well, I've already cleaned it with alcohol, so it's clean. And rubbing alcohol, I always use that on surfaces like metal and glass, even wood. If I don't have to sand it, I'll clean it with alcohol. And then I'm going to prime it with the Kilz 2 primer, which I'm going to start here in a minute, and then I will probably stop the camera and finish doing the primer, the base coat, and then I'll come back and we'll start painting the fun part. I might do some gridding too off the camera, because that takes a long time, and I've explained that so many times. I will actually try to explain it a little bit again, but I'm going to do it off camera. Alrighty, I'm going to pause the camera a minute. Primer on. I should have used a little smaller brush for this part up here anyway. I just hate to get primer on my little brushes, but I may have to. But all of this is going to be primed, because I'm going to paint all of this part up here silver, I think. That's the plan, but the plan can always change, as you know if you've ever watched me do these projects. And I'm so happy to be doing this for Chelsea. She's such a doll, and she loves my grandson enough to marry him, so that means the world to me. You know, Josh is my second born grandchild. So I just say he's my second born favorite grandchild. You know, everybody's always vowing, who's the favorite? Who's the favorite? My children always say, oh, we know Cinema's your favorite, or we know Kim's your favorite. And Elizabeth always says, well, I know I'm not your favorite. But you know what? They're all my favorite. That's just such a horrible thing to ask a mother, who's the favorite? Because if you have children, you know they're all so different and special, and they just are. You can't, if you had to pick, how would you pick? You'd never be able to pick. I shouldn't have started painting that bottom part until I got this top part done. this is a little tricky. Then I have this little spring that's supposed to be the little curly key things that are on pumpkin vines, I guess. Looks more like a grapevine, but it's supposed to be a pumpkin vine. Anyway, you get the drift. I'm priming. I'm going to get the whole thing primed. Then I have to let the primer dry, and then I have to put on the base coat, and then I have to let the base coat dry, and then I do the gridding, and then start all what I call the fun part. I mean, it's all fun, but that's really fun. Painting the little royal squares and the little stately stripes and the dignified dots and the dashing diamonds and the celestial circles. My daughter Kim, she's a songwriter. She named everything. She's his mom. You gotta have names for everything. You can't just call them squares or rectangles or whatever. So, yeah, she's the namer of everything that I paint now. I've been painting for 6 years. I've never had names for anything until I started doing these YouTube projects, and Kim started naming everything. All right, I think you've had enough of this. So I'll say farewell for a good while. Okay. Well, I'm back after spending the whole day yesterday getting this thing primed and base coated, and then this morning it took me all morning to get it gridded. And Chelsea, babe, you know this one's for you, and maybe one day you'll watch this on YouTube. And I have a few things to say before I go silent, which I'm doing sometimes these days when I feel like you've gotten sick and tired of listening to me talk. But the reason I'm not showing my face is because, you know, the only downside of doing these videos is if I film me, then I have to, you know, I have to kind of get ready for it. I have to get dressed and put on my makeup and do my hair and all that stuff. And I don't honestly like to do that every single day. You know, I'm single. I'm not having to get pretty for anybody every day. So, on these days, it's nice when I can just put it on the close-up camera and it doesn't matter how I look. So, that's why this is the way it is today. And I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want to start this whole process. Because I divided this little pumpkin. It had an even number of little sections, which is great because that's what you need when you're doing a circle. This is like a circle, even though it's not completely round. Anyway, so I didn't divide it. The pumpkin is divided in, I think, like 10 sections. I'm not sure how many. I forget how many I counted the first time I counted. But say it's 10. And so I could decide to do each section a different, well, every other section a different way, and it works out even all the way around. So on this pumpkin, I'm doing royal squares every other little segment, and then in between it's going to be, there could either call them stripes or rectangles. So whichever I decide to call them, they'll either be stately stripes or regal rectangles, as my daughter Kim named them, since she's the namer of everything that I do. I think it's regal rectangle. So we'll decide when I finish what we think, huh? How's that? And I want that little section to join right there. Okay. I'm just going to come down the royal squares right now. And I think that's what I'm going to do, you know. I've got two brushes here. I have a wider brush and a narrower brush. And the narrow brush is for up top. And the wider one is for down below. And I think maybe what I'm going to do is go around all these top places where it's narrower with my narrower brush and do those first. And these little leaves are not going to make it easy on me getting around. All right, there's one. And I'm going to paint a different color between each of these sections. I'm going to put Chelsea's favorite color, purple, in there. Now this is not going to be a normal pumpkin. This is going to be a pumpkin that she can keep in her house all year long. So I'm doing it with some of her colors that she loves, which is black and white goes anywhere, but she loves purple, so it's going to have purple and it's going to have silver, and I think she likes silver. So that's what's happening, folks. And I'm not kidding, it is not easy. I should let's stop talking where I can put this in the fast mode when I get done and put some music to it. All right, there's the top three on that one. I want to bend these up a little bit. They are not easy to get to. Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
The raindrops falling down and flowing through my hair, the shimmer of a penny balanced on a railroad track, the silence of a brand new baby in its mother's arms, red rock of Sedona whispering her charms. No better words have ever been spoken, no better thoughts have ever been aligned. Love doesn't die, it doesn't just show up, love's always there for us to realize. A single red balloon floating in the cloudless sky, the face of a little boy all covered in chocolate ice cream, the sound of water rolling gently down a narrow stream. No better words have ever been spoken, no better thoughts have ever been aligned. Love doesn't die, it doesn't just show up, love's always there for us to realize. Love is inside of me, inside of me, inside of everything. Love is inside of me, inside of me, inside of everything. Love is inside of me, inside of me, inside of everything. I see love is inside. sweeter.
Inspiration flowing down, down the river, flowing down, down to everything that you desire. A sliver of a moon. I like motorcycles, but most of all I like you. I like your eyes, I like your nose, I even like your stinky little toes. When you smile at me I wanna sing. Oh, I like you, like you, like you, like you. I really do. I like you. I like starry nights and the way a flower blooms. I like to play on the drums, but most of all I like you. I like your chin, I like your knees, I even like your stinky little feet. When you smile at me I wanna sing. Oh, I like you, like you, like you, like you. I really do. I like you. I like pretending I can fly like Superman. I fly through so I can run and run and run and get back to you. I like you, I like you, I like you, I really do, I really do. I like you, like you, like you, like you, I really do.